Once again, Lash, the sniper. Look at that. Look at that. Ridiculous unit. Build her ASAP. I would love to take Stormbreaker into like here in the middle, but you know your surroundings. There's a passive going off before someone attacks him. You just learn. That's all it is. It's just a game. You just learn it. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Showtime Doctor. This is gonna be your epic units guide. Objection! Once again, Celion has hooked us up. Now, I want you guys to note that the first two on the top left are legendaries, the rest of them are epics. That's just because we for sure get those units, so obviously you want to prioritize those as soon as you get them. Now, the rest of the units, epic or below. And so you didn't get the character you want, you don't have this role build to your satisfaction, whatever it is, I'm going to help you find and identify it with these epic units. And I don't completely agree with this list, but I do want to make you all aware of that because I never got this purple unit. So I'm still not sure if they're amazing or not. I just never got them during my time on the closed beta. But that's there for you. You can also scroll down. If you don't have those units, there's also alternative units that also fill roles. I think this one in particular is actually fantastic in my opinion. I see a couple more on the PvP team. These are the ones that I built up and had some experience with, so you can see their levels. Tried to get as much as I can. I'll briefly go over these guys, and then I'll tell you which ones I find super effective. So Blade is top tier. At least early game as far as I'm concerned, because Blade is a Cole that doesn't quite have everything, but ungodly powerful. The reason Blade gets so strong, dispelling buffs and increasing crit as well. The more buffs he has, you run Blade with a Gloria, it's GG the first couple rounds of combat. Now, as far as rank skills go, I got less damage from AoE and gains 2 dodge. Dodge is god tier for pushing content in this game. Punching above your weight level. So anytime you can get dodge, definitely get that early game. And then after initiating an attack, character can move again. That doesn't mean that they can attack again, they can just move again. So helps them be highly nimble. And this is one when hit with an active attack. Decreases damage and also gives you move +2, which is two more tiles. So essentially you can use that as, oh, I'm gonna get it on this caster that's way over here, or oh, I need to escape, I need to go back to the front line, whatever it's gonna be. And that's all the stuff I had, but you see some of the other skills here, more blocks dodge, more dodge. So this is just one of those characters that if you don't have a Cole, this is the one to invest in right here. So we'll take him out for a spin. As far as stuff, I gave him Cole's gear just to showcase him. Increase crit, but you know, your results may vary depending on what you got. Stormbreaker, god tier PvP unit, as well as very good in PvE if the mobs kind of squish up together and you can get 2 or 3 within 1 square of each other. This character has AoE, so every time she gets hit, there's a skill that lets her swing her axe to everyone in the squares near her. A spin attack right here, which if she's killing units, she'll just keep spinning. I've seen her spin 4 times, and she's single-handedly won me a bunch of PvP, both offensively and defensively, just by getting in the front line and spinning to win. Godly strong, and if she's killing, just an amazing unit. So strike back, damage to all enemies within a square. That's pretty gnarly. Her problem is she's a bit squishy. You really got to watch her against assassin units and magic damage. 20 physical damage to all enemies within a 1 tile radius. And once again, her spinning. She has a self buff, but she can also buff other units with this as well. Immunity to attack debuffs, which is great because you need her doing damage, and 20% more damage to whoever you give that to. So she's a wonderful unit. Also gave her this. When attacking, if the enemy's HP percentage is higher, ignores 20% of their defense. Oftentimes she'll be lower just because she's in the mix. It's taking AoEs and stuff. I gave her this specifically to make her immune to disrupt. There's a lot of disrupt things like traps, skills that'll stop your turn instantly. This makes her immune to that. So not necessarily the exact thing you want her with, but I'll probably just give her this for now. So that's Stormbreaker. She's top tier as far as I'm concerned early game. Probably falls off a bit mid and late game as things get tankier. Angel. Love my Angel. She was my healer during the whole closed beta. A healing effect. Also grants a buff. I also have her with an item that it converts debuffs into buffs. That's pretty awesome. Also found this legendary. It increases healing effect and then using a skill dispels another debuff. So she's a debuff cleansing machine. And then what she does for me, damage taken decreased 30% once around, so that helps keep her up if people focus her in PvP or what have you. At the end of her turn, she does a passive heal, 20% of her magic attack on anyone 3 tiles from her that's low. Or not low, just whoever's the lowest health. And then this is like a little, it dispels a debuff, and combined with all the things I showed you, dispels multiple debuff, converts one of them into a buff. It heals for 60% of her magic attack, so super phenomenal skill. I found her very, very, very good. Tempest. This guy is so underrated, it's ridiculous. Think of like a shaman from World of Warcraft, but if he could tank a little bit while doing the DPS. So you see his passive, he gains wind armor. And he also has Wind Fury, speaking of shamans. Increases attack by a certain percentage. 10%, it'll get more as you level this up. But starting off with, increases defense by a certain percentage too on his wind armor, so get that to max, 15, 25. This guy just has so many cool effects. It's just crazy. I consider him my, like, the guy who runs interference, so initiate an attack, 20 physical damage to all enemies within 1 tile. Charges enemies with a cross shape. If he has Wind Fury, also knocks them back. Under 50% damage in a cross pattern. And then a reaction, so if someone targets him with an attack, front or side, deals 50% damage to all enemies within 1 tile if he has wind armor. Additionally, inflicts debuff that lowers damage by 20% for a turn, can be triggered once per round, so just crazy. For the purposes of this, I gave him Gloria's gear. If I can actually upgrade this. There you go. And then also gave him a little bit of mitigation because he is going to be in the front line a lot. As well as something that gives him a little physical shield. Based on his magical attack and physical attack. Going to be ginormous just from his passive alone, let alone buffs, let alone everything else that he has. This guy's phenomenal. I can't wait to show you him. Lastly, I hard break with Celion on Lash. Lash is top tier. Lash is not second tier. Should be top tier. Maybe she falls off mid-game, late game. I'm not sure. This character is a god, a walking god. If you get a Lash, even if you have Barrel, build your Lash too. After attacking, 15% of magic damage is piercing damage, which means ignores defense. Ridiculous. And using a supporter healing skill also heals a target for bonus healing. She can be like in a spot, help heal. But here's what this character has going on. So there's your heal right there. Pretty good range. This skill I wasn't so happy with, but it does have healing block, which is nice. I'm sure it gets better as her magic attack goes up, but I'm not in love with the damage. But the heal block is really nice for PvP, so that is one thing it's got going for it. And then 5th skill, decreases her damage taken, and then every debuff that's on the target decreases it further. Yeah, these were all just the skills I took. I probably should have taken this one instead of this one. I like her heal, especially in PvE, but on occasion PvP, when you need that heal and your healer's on the other side of the map. Now, here's the skill that's ridiculous on this character. Magical damage. 60% damage to all enemies in a straight line. 5 tiles. That is ridiculous. I have sniped so many people with this, especially in PvP. Also deals piercing damage after that, 30% of her max attack. Now, the way I have her set up, like I told you in other videos, I never got an extremely good caster staff. I didn't even get an epic staff. I got one for healing, but not for DPS. So both barrel and lash cannot live to their true potential because I didn't get them at least an epic piece of gear. But I gave her Dream of the Magician. Damage dealt by 8% when casting skills for each additional hit on one enemy. She casts that skill twice, by the way, and it ticks the dot twice. Damage dealt is increased by 4% up to 12%. So she's getting 12% damage on top of all that. Managed to roll 1 magic attack on that. This unit early game is top tier. I got her at 15 and additional heal right now. Eventually goes to 30 and 20 on piercing damage. Gonna be a broken character. Just crazy the amount of damage she can put out. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna take this top team out. Alright, yeah, this will be a good one. Alright, so you see who I normally have deployed. We're going to dispense with that. Get me Tempest. Get me Lash. Get me Stormbreaker. Show Angel. Alright, here we go. Yeah. Put stuff up here. Now, once again, one of her weaknesses is she needs more mobility. So what I'm going to do in this case, I'm going to go ahead and give damage buff to your boy Blade here. I guess if I got close enough, I could actually charge in. Oh no, there's tiles in the way. I can't do it. If this was straight, I could get to him, but that's fine. Just do this, so... Boom. Boom. So if there were a bunch of units near him, you put him in the pack, that dude's gonna be smashing kids. 50% less damage and gains 2 dodge. If you have him in the middle of a bunch of units, you want to put that up. But any damage you can get is really good. So we'll go ahead and do this single target. It's already going to kill this guy. Open this dude. Get a little bit more. So Lash, let's see if Lash can actually do what I want. Probably not this turn. Sag. But what I will do, I'll give a movement buff. The Stormbreaker there. I'll get her in position. But that's okay, because we got heals. So support healer, Bing. Passive heal at the end of the round. She has more movement, but she still can't quite get there, so... But either way, even if I'm gonna actually just take these people up and just put them here. That way, I'll buff him so he can have his dodge, so you can see just how OP the dodge is. And let's see if I can actually hit this cat. No, not yet. Height does affect Lash's range. I might have to show her in a separate vid. But there you go. Dodge does not work on AoEs, so never think that dodge works on AoEs. But you see this guy, he just negated their whole round of attacks. Just phenomenal. You get a couple characters with dodge on the battlefield, you'll just laugh. Like you'll be tanking content that you have no business in. So right here, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the spin mechanic. Basically, you come up here, spin. She's gonna spin at least once. Twice if she kills somebody, 3 times, and up to 4 times as long as she's getting kills. That affects everyone next to her. So if there were like 3 people, they were taking that damage. I'm gonna go ahead, like I said, you want this dude in the front as much as possible. Don't have the energy for all his skills, unfortunately, but we can still do a butt ton of damage just based off his passive. See this? So once again, this guy's here. We could put up dodge again. And even though he's in range of a lot of other people. Now hopefully Lash can get in here. Yeah, she can finally do some damage. So you see here, we're hitting someone 5 spaces away. You can hit up to 5 units with this if you line them up in a proper choke point. Now watch this skill. This is the most ridiculous thing an epic unit can do, as far as I'm concerned. See that damage? 5 spaces away, AoE in a line. Imagine there's 3 units there. I've had 4 to 5 units there. Dot damage, piercing damage, bonus damage, ridiculous damage, just stupid damage. We'll get in here. I'd love to get these guys a heal, but we're a little out of range. Gotta hope they can tank it all. But you see, normally with most guys, I'd be kind of more cautious about where I'm going, how fast I'm going up with this team. Let's see, I'm actually going to start playing a little bit here. We're going to tactics, we're going to take out people that are dangerous. I'm going to go ahead, get your girl Lash a buff. Take that fire damage, but we love it, baby. So now I gotta look and see. I gotta be careful of barrels because anyone with like a 1 radius DPS thing. So I can't just go in here and spin unless I want that barrel to go off and kill me. Unfortunate, but that's the way it is. So instead, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna come over and start hitting this tank. I would love to take Stormbreaker into like here in the middle, but you know your surroundings. There's a passive going off before someone attacks him. You just learn. That's all it is. It's just a game. You just learn it. So once again, you see there's about a couple people that are going to go again. So if I want to, I could just have this dude tank again. Because of his dumb energy regen. And he's low and everyone's going to be like, let's get him. You fool. So let's see here. Once again, Lash, the sniper. Look at that. Look at that. Ridiculous unit. Build her ASAP. So yeah, we've tanked so long that the healer can now get in here. Go ahead, help our boys stay up. It is good to have your healer with some additional mobility as well. Unfortunately, I cannot hit this unit. That's too bad. Cooldown's not quite up. But you know, we're here for morale purposes. And yeah, we're just going to finish this cat off. That's a full epic team on content that's late for an epic team at this stage. Super good showcase there. And yeah, those are some of the units that you need to be building. Even if you did get every legendary unit that covers their roles, because there's factions, you roll the factions together, they all get faction buffs, whether it's the Hanged Man, Thieves faction, whether it's the Forest People faction, the Union. You get them all together, and when you get to like rank 7, that's when their group buffs come out. Kind of like Langrisser, for those of you who played Langrisser. And you just run those teams, and you just do ridiculous things in this game. It was phenomenal. That group did a great job right there. I'm so happy with that, and I am full on going to have an account that is just using epic units, no legendary units. Filling roles, you know, in case you don't have Uber Unit A, whatever it is, you can still get stuff done in this game. So that's what I'm all about. I'm gonna help free to play. And that's it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Yo, I'm Showtime Doctor, Showtime DR. You found my YouTube. Hit like and subscribe for the content. Support your boy. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.